Hey guys, Brian with Buffalo Beer Reviews, back with another local beer. Today we're going to be taking a look at an offering from Thin Man Brewing, and it comes via the way of Fiddle Riddle. It just very nondescript. It's part of their small batch series. India Pale Ale with Mosaic, 6.9% ABV. I didn't get any IBUs noted. The Untapped write-up was fairly basic. It's got Mosaic. It's got Centennial from like Sodus, New York. If anybody's from like the central New York, sort of western central New York area, you guys know where Sodus is. And Rawaka from New Zealand. And, you know, I've said this time and time before, I could make a full-time beer review channel just on the Thin Man releases. There's cans amongst cans, amongst releases, and it's just awesome. Lots of different styles, lots of different techniques. So at first glance, this might just come across as another can release, you know what I mean? But I think once you crack a can open, once you have one, once you read the response to this beer, it really is, I think, a little diamond in the rough. Like I said, Mosaic, Centennial, Rawaka. If you're not familiar with Rawaka, it's considered to be one of those darling hops from New Zealand, part of the New Zealand craft beer scene. It says it's unique oil balance. It's got like a 1-to-1 oil balance with alpha and betas, and it lends to this really sweet citrus note. It makes it the ultimate for hoppy beers. And I just thought that was really interesting to read and to think about as a home brewer. Think about maybe replacing the Citra with the Rawaka. Think about what plays well with Citra, what accentuates Citra. And you're going to replace that out for something that's got such a low alpha acid in the way of a Rawaka. And it sounds really interesting to me. So I wanted to get this beer out to video just to kind of show you guys what's in store for you. And I mean, it's still out and about, so you're going to have plenty of time to get your butts out there and support our local breweries during these weird times and pick up a 4-pack or 2 for yourself. Again, this is Fiddle Riddle by Thin Man. I got mine up on Transit Road next to the Brennan's location. So let's take a look at this. It's kind of different with the shade and the shades on, but it's a great yellow, golden yellow sort of body to it. It's hazy as the day is long. I believe this is considered a New England per the Untapped write-up. So I do think it's an appropriate use of the term New England IPA, and it is all sorts of that classic New England. Really pale white head, tiny bubbles, really nicely carbonated, and I love it. I'm like Pavlov's dog over here. Every time I smell those aromas from a foot away, my mouth starts to water. Yeah, it is. It's nice stone fruit. It's nice pineapple. It's that nicely rounded sweet Citra. Yeah. And man, and you know, you look at the hops and you look at the write-up, and you see it and you smell it, and they all play the part. They all sound and they look the part, and you get ready and you get excited about drinking something like this. Buffalo Beer League was very happy with the brew. Very, you know, I had a lot of nice things to say about it, and I have to agree with pretty much everything they said. Do you know what I mean? So let's see what this thing tastes like. Yeah, nice. Totally. Yeah. Not gonna lie to you, there are definitely some different characteristics to this New England IPA. I'm taking a little moment here to kind of gather my thoughts on how I'm going to describe them all to you. First off, it's a fantastic introduction to the beer. Those that sweet, tropical, that sweet citrus sort of description flows right into the beer, right into the tasting. It's a soft delivery. It's a soft landing. Do you know what I mean? That sweetness kind of quaffs in your sinuses. I'm definitely getting the pineapple. That's really, I think, easy to pick out. Pineapple, it's sweet. Little bit of the downplayed dankness along with these different types of hops. The stone fruit is an easy one. And I'm getting a little bit of not necessarily just a straightforward citrus, but it seems to be a little bit on that, maybe like the darker, like the smaller concentrated sort of citrus, where it gives you a little bit more of like a tang, a little bit more of like a zesty, oily, spicy sort of citrus tang to the whole tasting experience. And then I do believe that I get a sort of like a peachy sweet or a mango-y sweet sort of really late back end sort of presence through the tasting experience. And when you kind of verbalize that all together, it does really seem to make sense that you get the soft tropical, you get pineapple, you get kind of a peach mango vibe. It kind of all, are holding hands and are playing very nicely with each other in this brew. The 6.9%, I got to be honest with you, it's really kind of nice to be able to get every now and then get a New England that's got that upper echelon of the 6%ers. 6.5 seems to be a real popular ABV, 6%, 6.5. So you get it kicked up almost to 7. And it's a nice little change every now and then. The mouthfeel is full, and it's a medium bodied, but it's a full and robust sort of medium bodied mouthfeel. It's nice, it's smooth, it coats to the proper extent. It's not sticky by any means. Yeah, I like this. The bitterness is not really detectable. If they told me the bitterness was anywhere from 30 to 40, maybe at 50 on the high end, I could play ball with that. But I don't think it's much outside of the range of like a 30 to 40. Partially because the Rawaka is super small on the alpha acids. I know the Mosaic can fluctuate between, like my last Mosaic batch is a 10%. But in Beersmith, it's a 14%er. Do you know what I mean? And I think Centennial's on the up as well, maybe 14 and higher. But I don't think those are terribly out of balance with this sort of delivery. Yeah, I really do dig this beer. The aftertaste is pretty non-existent. You do still get that lingering, and it is lingering in my opinion. You do get that lingering sweet citrus sort of atmosphere around your sinuses and your mouth. We live out in the country. What are you gonna do? And it's nice. It's enjoyable. I got a 4-pack of this alongside their Imperial Marzen, and I like it so much that I think I'm gonna have to make another pit stop at Thin Man for another 4-pack of this before it's gone. I also have some friends coming back into town after their seasonal restaurant that I think would very, very be very appreciative of a 4-pack of that when they get back into town. That's my little look at Thin Man's Fiddle Riddle. Yeah, you guys know me. This is not going to be a hard beer to finish. That 4-pack's pretty much good as gone throughout tonight and tomorrow. So I really appreciate all the clicks and the watches, you guys. Any comments, I read them all. I really appreciate it. And I will see you guys in the next one. Cheers.